So it's with great pleasure that we have Kamau here with us. Thank you so much, brother, for joining us. As I mentioned, this is an opportunity for us to share and showcase brothers and sisters from around the world who are doing great things and being active, and so that young people can follow their footsteps as well. So thank you again for doing this.
No problem. It's my pleasure. Appreciate you having me.
No problem. Could you give us your first and last name, please?
Kamau Mbalia.
Kamau Mbalia, thank you so much. And Kamau, you're from Milwaukee, right?
Yes, sir. Born and raised.
Very good, very good. What part of Milwaukee?
East side of Milwaukee, Richardson Center.
Richardson Center. Okay, I'm familiar with that area. All right. And growing up in Milwaukee, what forgive me, what middle school, grade school did you attend?
So from kindergarten all the way up to eighth grade, I was at Harambe Community School right
Okay,
off of Burleigh.
okay, okay. Very good. Yeah, I attended Harambe as well back in the day. I was for a couple of
Okay.
yeah, yeah, good school. Now, when you're at Harambe, did you're involved in any extracurricular activities, any sports, any games? What were you engaged in?
Yeah, so extracurricular was mainly basketball. Outside of Harambe, I was, you kind of compare it to AAU of basketball. It was soccer. It's still going on for one of the inner city leagues. It's called the Milwaukee Simbas. So I played soccer with them, but at Harambe, it was more so just the basketball squad.
Okay, okay, all right. I'm familiar with that as well. All right, so after Harambe, you left and you went where? Where did you attend high school?
Attended high school at Mesmer High School.
Okay, okay, right off the Capitol there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, excellent. And then at Mesmer, obviously that was, right here in the city, a private school. While there, did you pick up any additional interests or activities that really, kind of drove you in the direction that you are today?
I'd say so. Outside of the extracurricular sports. I did basketball, soccer, track, cross country there. Took part in all of that. I was also did a stint with the debate team. I was in an honor society, so definitely prepared me for college. Taking some college prep courses, some AP courses, like calculus, all of the math and the science. Definitely, I'd say sparked that interest into the STEM fields. And that allowed me to better prepare myself for college. Some of the courses that I was fortunate enough to take at Mesmer allowed me to bypass those entry level math courses like the algebra and stuff like that once I actually got to the university.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Pardon me. I had to mute myself for a second. Okay, so that sparked your interest. Obviously, your grades are pretty good. You're doing well, excelling academically. You had your extracurricular activities, and then after your time there at Mesmer, then what happened? Where did you go to college, trade? What was your direction?
So after graduating from Mesmer, I applied to a number of different universities, both in state and out of state.
Okay.
Um, my parents, they really instilled in us to take a good hard look at HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities, really for the culture, the diversity, as well as the relationship and the rapport that you get to build with your professors and your fellow students. So I applied to Central State University, FAMU, Bowie State, Howard, Hampton. I also in-state applied to Marquette and Marion University. Marion, it was more so for the basketball side of things, trying to obtain a athletic scholarship there. Marquette, because it was one of the top universities in state, but really just had my eyes set on in HBCU. All of my siblings, two of my older brothers, before me, they went to HBCUs. My brother at Alcorn State, my other brother at Howard. So I was always a part of, dropping them off, picking them up at the beginning and end of the school year. So just seeing that atmosphere, being exposed to that environment, seeing our people around, seeing the culture that we had on campus, it stuck with me.
Yeah.
So I always knew in my heart I was going to attend a HBCU. I was fortunate enough to get accepted to all of those universities, scholarships at majority of those universities. I chose Central State, located in Wilberforce, Ohio, one of the first HBCUs in the nation, founded in 1887.
Mm.
Chose that because it was far enough away from home, but not too far.
Yeah.
You know, it was far enough to where, you know, the parents wouldn't expect me to drive home every weekend, and they wouldn't do a pop-up visit every weekend.
Right. Right.
But it wasn't too far like a FAMU to where, you know, if there was a family emergency or a family need, I would have to buy a flight or something like that. It was a quick 7.5 hour drive. So
Okay. Okay.
that on top of the fact that it was one of the two universities that had a water resource management program that eventually led to the environmental engineering degree. Uh, that coupled with they had a scholarship program where incoming freshmen could spend the summer there. I think it was a 8 to 12 week program. It was in the STEM fields, so you took courses. I was involved in chemistry courses, physics, math, things like that. We had different labs, different activities. It was a full summer program for incoming freshmen. My parents encouraged me to go. Did not want to do it. I was a newly graduated high school senior. I wanted to hang out with my friends. I didn't want to spend the whole summer down there, but
Right.
one of the greatest experiences of my life, and completely thankful. And that's what led me to choose Central State University as my undergraduate institution.
That's beautiful, man. I mean, that's a great experience to be able to. It's almost like, playing a sport. Where you start school before everyone else. You get a chance to really know and understand the campus. The other freshmen that are coming in. They really have no idea outside of their
Yep,
first recruitment visit. So it's almost like you're a second year as a freshman,
definitely.
which is brilliant. So your time there, obviously, it sounds like you loved it. As you mentioned, you graduated with a environmental engineering degree. Your focus, obviously, is water, something that you're passionate about. What happened after college? What was your first job that you took?
First job, well, actually, prior to entering into the workforce, I did a stint at Ohio State University in their master's degree program
Okay,
in environmental engineering as well.
okay,
I was there under fellowship, and again, this would not have been possible without the preparation that Central State gave me.
yes, sir.
Unfortunately, wasn't able to complete that program. As I mentioned, I was there under fellowship. My mentor, who provided that research, ended up leaving the university to create an environmental engineering program at SUNY, the University of New York.
Okay,
So as he left, the fellowship left. So from there, ended up entering the workforce into the environmental health and safety field with Nestle Waters.
okay, okay. Very good, very good. So went in with Nestle. Did you enjoy that experience? Was that something that you say, okay, I'm gonna be here for the next 30 years, like our parents, and lock it in? What was that?
Man, I think this generation is hard for us to commit to anything for 30 years. So walking into it, it was definitely an eye-opening experience. You know, it's my first real opportunity to work in the industry, and I learned a lot. Uh, Definitely appreciative of that opportunity. It wasn't something that I saw doing for the rest of my life because it wasn't as heavily environmental focused as I wanted my career to be. It did have a more focus on safety, which is understandable in the manufacturing industry. A lot of the concerns are revolved around employee safety. So it was definitely an eye-opening experience. I enjoyed it, learned a lot from it, gained a lot of safety experience from it, a lot of certifications. But it wasn't fulfilling, you know, my drive or my desires to create a more sustainable environment for us and generations to come.
Very good, very good. So then it sounds like you left Nestle and went on to bigger and better things. What happened there?
Correct. So eventually landed an environmental engineering role with a consulting firm based out of Columbus, Ohio, Gresham Smith and Partners. And it was there that I really developed my environmental skills. That's environmental compliance, environmental auditing, documentation preparation, from waste procedures, ensuring that companies are handling their waste properly, hazardous waste, universal waste, things of that nature, creating SWIPs, SPCCs, stormwater pollution prevention plans, spill prevention, countermeasure, and control plans, making sure that companies aren't doing anything detrimental to the environment, not releasing any hazardous chemicals, any hazardous waste down the drain, making sure that, again, our environment is staying and getting in a better place than it is now. So I spent a good amount of time there learning and developing those environmental skills.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Well, I mean, that's beautiful. Are you still there?
No, no. Now I'm working with the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, doing more environmental compliance. So again, propelled me in the right direction.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. And then while there, are you, do you feel comfortable? You feel like this is where you're going to be for the next 5 to 10 years? Where do you see yourself going? What are your goals?
Definitely comfortable. I've been here for 3 years, but that's not to say that moving forward there won't be another opportunity for myself. My ultimate goal is to, like I mentioned, preserve the environment, create a more sustainable environment, not only here in the States, because we have that luxury, we have that opportunity, we have that technology to, filter our water before we drink it, to even have water to bathe in, to shower in, and things of that nature, to wash our clothes in. We have those luxuries. Um, Specifically, my passion is in Africa. I've made a couple trips over there and saw the state of their environment firsthand. So while we, can wake up, brush our teeth, don't worry about, the impurities of the water that we're putting in our mouths, um, just for simple daily tasks like that, over there, they advise you not to consume the water, not to consume, raw or fresh vegetables without them being properly cleaned. We don't have those concerns here. And that's something that's a passion of mine that ultimately, I want to create some sort of partnership with Africa specifically to better develop their environmental situation there, whether that's water purification or controlling their waste, things of that nature. That's ultimately where I want to go and where I'm headed.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Well, this is part one of a part two of a two-part video. We're definitely thankful. I know that the young people that are watching, whether they be in middle school, grade school, high school, or adults like us, are going to take something from this. Is there any advice you can give them that kind of carried you through as you're becoming a more successful citizen of the world?
Oh man. Follow your passions. Don't let anybody or anyone, anything deter you from your goals or what you want to do. And it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a cakewalk. You're not going to wake up the next day and start the business that you want to start. You're not going to wake up 10 years from now and have that business off the ground running. There's going to be numerous obstacles. There's going to be numerous challenges, people, things that are going to get in your way. Don't let that stop you. Keep your head on straight, do what you need to do, and I mean, you're going to achieve it. Just keep working hard at it.
That's what's up. Kamau, it's been a pleasure, man. I thank you for this time and this opportunity, and God bless you, man. And looking forward to rapping with you soon.
Appreciate you, man.
No problem.